6 months from now, you're either ahead of 95% of people your age, or you're explaining to yourself why you needed more time. There is no neutral. There is no plateau. There is only drift or design. Version 1 of you, stronger, sharper, calm under pressure. People feel something change. Version 2, same habits, same excuses, 180 more days consumed, almost nothing created. The difference? It's one decision. Miss it, and the next 6 months disappear exactly like the last 6. So watch this before you waste another 6 months. The one lever most people never pull. Everything I'm about to say revolves around one mechanism. You either become the architect of your days or the consumer of them. That's it. Not 20 habits or a morning routine checklist. Just one identity. Architect. Or consumer. Architects design outcomes. Consumers react to them. Architects build systems. Consumers wait for feelings. Architects compound. Consumers drift. You don't waste 6 months accidentally. You waste them by default. Drift is automatic. And I'll tell you something personal. 6 months ago I was drifting too. Not lazy or unmotivated, just busy. Improving small things, while avoiding the one thing that actually mattered. Talking about growth more than executing it. And that's the trap. Drift doesn't feel like failure. It feels like I'm working on it. But working on it isn't the same as building it. And that's when I realized, if I don't design my days, they design me. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you do nothing different, the next 6 months will look almost identical to the last 6. That's not pessimism, it's math. If you scroll 2 hours a day, that's 14 hours a week. In 6 months, that's roughly 364 hours. Over 9 full-time work weeks. 9 weeks of effort given away. Now flip it. What if you invested just 90 focus minutes a day into one leverage skill? 90 minutes times 180 days equals 270 hours. That's a mastery sprint. The gap between architect and consumer isn't dramatic daily. It's microscopic daily, but violent over time. Compounding doesn't feel powerful in week 1. It feels unfair in month 6. And here's what most people don't realize. If you don't design your life, someone else will. Your employer, the algorithm, your environment, and none of them care about your potential. Identity first, always. This is not about productivity hacks or waking up at 5 a.m. This is about identity. The consumer identity says, I'll work when I feel ready. I need more clarity. I'll start after this phase. The architect identity says, I design my future in advance. My mood doesn't get a vote. I build even when it's quiet. One builds structure, one waits for motivation. Motivation is unreliable, structure compounds. The 6-month trajectory rule. Your life moves in 6-month chapters, not decades, not one day. 6 months is long enough to change trajectory, but short enough to lie to yourself. You can waste 180 days and still feel busy. You can drift and still say, I've been trying. Trying is not designing. Architects design. Consumers try. And let me be honest with you, most people watching this will forget everything I just said within 48 hours. Not because they're incapable, but because they don't change identity. They chase inspiration. And that's why their life looks the same every year. The compounding equation. If you improve 1% daily for 180 days, that's exponential growth. If you decline 1% daily, that's exponential decay. Here's the catch. Decline feels comfortable, but improvement feels uncomfortable. So most people choose comfort, and comfort compounds too. That's why 6 months later, they're confused. They didn't see the slow erosion. Architects understand erosion. They protect their trajectory. Consumers notice damage when it's visible. The hidden cost of later. Every time you say, I'll start next month, you're not delaying progress. You're reinforcing identity. You're teaching your brain, I am someone who postponed. Identity is reinforced by repetition, not intention. You don't become disciplined by thinking about discipline. You become disciplined by doing disciplined things, even small ones, especially small ones. That's how the architect is built, with daily design. Builder versus drifter. The builder tracks progress, chooses one focus, designs environment, executes when bored. But the drifter changes goals weekly, watches instead of builds, blames time, waits for clarity. 6 months from now, one has proof and one has excuses. Both had the same 180 days. Time is equal. Design is not. The one decision. For the next 6 months, build one measurable thing. Not 5. Just one. One skill. One physique goal. One revenue stream. Choose it and design your days around it. Consumers scatter energy. Architects concentrate it. And concentration creates momentum. The momentum window. So the first 30 days will feel invisible. No fireworks or applause. And that's why most people quit. But the first 30 days aren't about outcomes. They're about identity reinforcement. Once identity stabilizes, results accelerate. That's why 6 months can make you unrecognizable. But only if you survive month 1. Comment architect if you're choosing design. Make it public. The 180-day contract. You don't need motivation for the next 6 months. You need a contract for 180 days. No goal switching. No identity negotiation. No, I'll restart Monday. You design once, then you execute, even imperfectly. Because imperfect execution compounds, perfect planning does not. Now listen, if you're serious about becoming the architect, don't do it alone. I built a community specifically for people who are done drifting. It's not motivational fluff, it's structure, daily execution, real accountability. If you want a room full of people choosing design over drift for the next 180 days, the link is below. But only join if you're actually ready to execute. 6 months will pass either way. You will age 180 days either way. The only variable is whether you drift or design. If you continue as you are, the next 6 months will feel like a replay. If you become the architect, the next 6 months will feel like acceleration. So let's go back to the beginning. 6 months from now, version 1 walks into the room and people notice. Calm confidence, visible proof, momentum behind them. Version 2 scrolls, explains and rationalizes. Both had 180 days. One designed them and one consumed them. You don't need a new year. You need a decision. Architect or consumer. Drift or design. Watch this before you waste another 6 months, because the fork isn't dramatic. It's daily, and it starts tomorrow morning.